defense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Williams off the play fake. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 26. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. Going to run again with Swift. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. A pickup of 17. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
Working from the gun, Williams. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these out cuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
7th play of the drive, offense facing 3rd and 3. Williams from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Well, you kind of understand this one, right? Would have been a long field goal in the rain, but instead of trying that, they're going to go for it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Well, it would have been a long field goal in the rain, Brock, so instead of trying that, they're going to go for it. Here's a quick throw to the left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Williams. On the move, headed right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throwaway.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up. 2nd and 10. To the air yet again. Williams. They set up the screen here to Swift. He'll have a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. Luvu there for the tackle.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
They send a man in motion. Here's Williams again. Check down into the hands of Swift. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is 1st and goal. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return starts at the 3. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Kyler starting off with the throw. His first throw is an interception. Ruben Hippolyte the second with the pick. First and 10 from the 43. Running behind center with Swift. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Williams will look to throw. He slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First down, here's Swift. This is tough running to this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Escapes the pocket. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Third and long. They're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. Williams throwing on 4th. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and
long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Williams to throw. Headed out right. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Williams. Forced out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. All right, so defensively you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
3rd and goal, it's Williams. Drops it underneath, Swift. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Well, a field goal would make it 2 scores, Brock, but they want more than that. They're going for it on 4th and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears take a 13-0 lead. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chooses to bring this one out. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Murray. Into the hands of Harrison. Off to the races, middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Devin Duvernay to return it. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now here's Williams. And as a catch for Luther Burden. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll throw 3rd and long. He'll have the first down and even more. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They get 23 on that one. And it'll be first down Bears. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Williams on first down. Look at that power. Deep left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Mike Sainristil makes the play. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. 1st and 10 for him now following the penalty. Here's Williams. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Out of the shotgun, a gift to Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. And goes to the hurry up here.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Williams to throw on 3rd. It's on target to Moore. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gain of 19 yards. First down Bears.
On play action, here's Williams. He rolls to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Running with Swift out of the gun. Finds a small seam. That's good for 5. Make it 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's Cox. This is Loveland. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Bears first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Swift gets it again on 2nd down. And he takes it into the end zone for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt getting it for the first time. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
So when we come back, Brock, it's going to be 2nd and 8, so we've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. It's caught. This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. It's a race down the right side. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 1-score game before halftime. Tucker on for the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Working from the gun, Williams. To the left and hauled in by Odunze. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They'll run now with Swift. They stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got 3rd and very short coming up.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
And the Bears 1st down.
First down throw by Williams. Chased out to his right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
There he goes on the right side. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown.
Hey, Kate, we're not even to halftime, and this guy has already got a game's worth of success. And the great thing is that, yes, it benefits him individually, statistically, but you know it just sets the table for everybody else because that play-action pass should be devastating.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears double their lead to 14.
Commanders 14.
teed up and ready to send this away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Into the hands of his running back, Krosky Merritt. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The highest metric. The city just made a sweep. If you're diabetic, they mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Sends this to the end zone. This is cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders make it a one-score game before halftime.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Murray getting everyone set. They're going for 2 here.
Washington will line up for the two-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit.
Commanders 22. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Here's Duvernay on the return. Showing a little burst so far. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, we know that every single possession in this league is a premium. And these ones right before halftime with the clock dwindling down, well, they become even bigger. Setting your offense up for success with a return like that, you couldn't script it any better.
He's going to bring this down to their 35. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
That screen snipped out quickly, shut down behind the line. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line, 2nd down.
What is up? We got Hornet!
On the carry, it's Swift. Good run there, about 9. Still 3rd down coming up. They get the timeout called. We've got 5 seconds remaining in the half. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Staying grounded with Swift. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this first half on a high note. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Santos now for the extra point. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Empty. One. That's one. Hey. One.
Kyler looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 16-yard line.
Here's Murray. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Big Ace.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's caught by Harrison. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
What? Shit. 2.
Here's Murray, 1st and 10. Finds him on the slant. Down to the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slants, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB,
Yeah.
and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there. When you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like, if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
Races past midfield. Into the red zone. Touchdown on an incredible return. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Fields this one at the 3. Good work so far. He's got room. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Kyler. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Frosty Merrick gets it from the gun. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. To the air on 3rd and long. This one quickly to Harrison. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hey, Ace.
1st and 10. Murray. Throwing for the back of the end zone. Oh my. It's intercepted in the end zone. Jalen Johnson with the pick.
Well, they're in danger of going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He's got the 1st down grab and still going. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
A gain of 21 yards.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Vegas!
1st down, Williams. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
2nd down.
Williams from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Intercepted. The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second and 10 now. Murray to throw. Screen pass here for Krosky Merritt. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Here's Kyler to throw. Setting up the screen. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 21.
Another throw coming from Murray. Jump off caught by his back. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's third down now.
Shamar Turner on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up third and 4.
Going. Hey! Sit.
From the gun, it's Murray. Completed to his running back. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
A gain of 9 yards.
All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late.
6-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Forward. Hot. 2-2. Hot.
Operated from the gun. Here's Murray. Brought in. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Krosky Merritt straight ahead. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders now within 1 score in the fourth. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Murray getting everyone set. They're going for 2 here.
Washington will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now looking to throw. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit of that deficit.
Bears 42.
And they stay perfect, Brock. That's a perfect 3 for 3 now on 2-point tries. Is it just automatic at this point that if there's a touchdown, they're going to go for 2?
Well, they could tell this defense stops them. That answer is going to be yes. It's not supposed to be this easy. I mean, the numbers tell you you're not supposed to have this kind of success rate, but it's really clear this defense has no answer. Run, pass, confidence, the offense is owning them.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Swift. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. This play goes for 36. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Toss play, Swift. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
1st and goal, Swift. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Again, it's going to be Swift. And he takes it into the end zone for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears now lead by 10. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care.
Oh, look at this, they're faking it. The short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, that's a call you might see in the college game, but it's pretty dead and gone from the NFL, and for good reason. Even catching him off guard, the chance for success, extremely low.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Murray. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Come back. One more. What you got?
Murray on 3rd down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Bears are going to get the football inside the enemy 40. Well, no matter the outcome today, partner, I think we can all agree it's been very exciting watching him throw the ball. He's found the end zone 4 times, but he's now given it away 3 times as well.
Yeah, if you were a golfer, his scorecard would be fascinating because a bunch of birdies, but these bogeys and double bogeys he's got to eliminate. It's really been high risk, high reward through the air. And you never want to slow a quarterback down in that production he's found with his aggressiveness, but you've also got to find a way to turn that governor on, take a little less risk.
There's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders defense. latest drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
What is that?
Looking from the gun, Williams. On the move, headed right. Big strike here to Moore. And they drop him right after that catch. He's down at the 22-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
First down, Chicago.
Now here's Williams. Check down into the hands of Swift. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
That's another Bears first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
From the red zone on first. Drops it underneath. Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears take a 3-possession lead.
Commanders 38. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Big Ace! 2-2! Omar. Big Ace open.
Back to work after throwing the pick. His running back hauls it in deep right. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get it back to within 2 possessions.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, pin-off, pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and he can do his damage. Big time.
Tucker on for the extra point.
For the extra point.
Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Commanders cut the lead down to 10.
Bears 55. Commanders 45.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And it looks like the Bears are able to recover that kick. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Slot man motioned over.
Vegas!
Williams thrown again here on second down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory.
Makes it
Third down. Here's Williams. Pass brought in by Burden. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And it'll be first down Bears. Now a give to Swift. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
At the 34-yard line.
They're going to pass it here. He's got it in the red zone. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Makes the catch. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Roma Odunze touchdown. All right, Brock, take me inside the helmet of a quarterback here as you're laying there after taking that hit. Are you asking your linemen? Are you listening to the crowd? What are you doing to find out if you made the connection?
Yes and yes and yes to all of that. You're listening to the crowd. That's kind of your first indicator as you're laying there. That roar, what is it? Is it a touchdown? Is it a pick? And then your buddies let you know right away as they pick you off the ground, and that is a hit you will take for 6 every time.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Well, at this point, they're going to take points any way they can get them, and that includes on special teams. He's had a ton of kicks sent his way, a bunch of returns today, and he nearly made a pay with that one.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Back to throw, Murray. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get it back to within 2 possessions. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Commanders cut the lead down to 10.
62. Commanders 52.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And it looks like the Bears are able to recover that kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They're going to run here. Kyle Monunga. And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Now Williams. Odunze's got it, right side. And he's got the 1st down for the Bears, Brock, and that should clinch them this win.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup.
1st down throw by Williams. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Antonio Hamilton. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Green. Biggest.
Here's Murray, 1st and 10. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. Murray to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. It connects on the deep shot. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Murray getting everyone set. They're going for 2 here. Setting up to pass. And he reels it in for 2, so now a field goal would get them the lead. Well, got a little history for y'all now. That is their 4th conversion this game. That ties the NFL record in a single contest. You're not supposed to be able to do this 4 times in a game against an NFL defense partner. How have they pulled it off?
Yeah, I hate to sound cliche here, but it's so true. When I'm watching this execution, Kate, it's everybody. It takes all 11. Heck, it takes the calls on the sideline, too. You don't make NFL history unless your team is all on the same page.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. So the Bears take this one on the road. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. The Bears winners. As with that, we sign off from D.C.